Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing a game of War of the Dots that I recently played against Prolex Plays 1. Here I made the very silly decision to try and do a naval invasion, which, you guessed it, it fails, because they are well defended at the beginning, not a good idea from my point. And you see it fails with me just taking heavy casualties. We're both repositioning their troops for the first major attack, which is not my stupid naval invasion. They reposition their heavies in the force, which, in my opinion, is not that good, and they should try and put them more on the flank, which is by the riverbank. I try and do some fighting in the northern sector, trying to take over there. Meanwhile, while moving, one of my units in the very south accidentally leave it on water, don't notice, and it dies. Not the first time it happened, not the last time it happens on this round. So yeah, watch for that if you want. Yet again, I just moved my unit into the edge of the water. And I tried, you guessed it, a naval invasion. Now, this is a really good idea, because it'll make me lose troops and I won't gain anything. Seems like a good trade, right? Nah, it fails. As expected, I should do less of those except when almost certain to succeed. You can see, meanwhile, in the northern battlefield, I have been doing some minor success, but actually landing my ship, I almost landed, but it failed. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen, and it takes hefty damage, and it dies while I'm trying to move it, I believe. No, I actually managed to retrieve it, but at half health, it's worse than it said I died. And I'm already losing in casualties by about 30,000. Meanwhile, I cover a blind spot I had on my side of the different for the naval invasion, a good one, and I was just losing millions. And here they launch a full-scale invasion in the southern front, trying to push for my city, and they manage quick success at the beginning. Meanwhile, I reposition my troops, having my heavy ones go towards the plains, letting me stave off their offensive for now at least. The northern offensive starts succeeding and I drive back their troops a bit. I should just hold the bridge here, but you'll find out I don't just hold the bridge here. I try and make it offensive towards their capital. Yeah. And meanwhile, I try and support them, but I forget how slowly they move without being turned into boats, and they fail. Meanwhile, fighting in the north coast dimmed down a bit. Meanwhile, in the south, I managed to still hold the line due to it being mainly forest. If this was plains, I would have lost that area long ago. See, this is the offensive I attempt on the other side of the river, they quickly bring in reinforcements. Now, this would be the time to make a naval invasion, or wouldn't it, when they have good troops used, and there's a small gap. But no, I don't do that. I've already learned my lesson, what would help anyway. Meanwhile, I stave off their offensive in the south. In the north, meanwhile, I attempt further expansion of my front, and I succeed pretty well. Meanwhile, they manage to push me back onto the bridge, and I lose that. Meanwhile, they've got an about 16,000 troops advantage, so 55,000 troops advantage over me. Not a good position to be in the slightest. Meanwhile, the offensives keep going well for them, but you know, I have some pressure in the north, but it isn't too bad yet. So in the south, everything's healing. Meanwhile, in the north, I'm attempting my offense. I let them in a bit, and then try and surround their unit, which doesn't succeed, at least not yet. And I hold the bridge in the north. Meanwhile, on the side they just had 3 units against my 1 unit on the bridge, and I'm worried that they're gonna push me at some point, or attempt to at least. Meanwhile, I managed to almost complete my encirclement, and I do manage to kill one of the heavy units during this, I believe, and there one goes, and another one there. Now, I have nearly surrounded them, which is good, but lots of my units are very heavily damaged, but they don't know how bad it is. But I go in to attack them from then. I get the brilliant idea, and I try to surround their entire crew. And it succeeds. They don't know how weak I was at the end, but it succeeds, and I surround them, and they surrender, thinking they're about to lose a huge, like, third of your unit.